Well, hello, this is Rose RCG Creations. How are you doing? I am canning, but this is not going to be a canning video. This is going to be more of a little comparison. Bear with me. I'm moving over to the canners. And as you can see, the one on the left is a Presto. I borrowed it from a friend. The one on the right is my canner. It's an All-American 921. And look, they were both started at the same time. Actually, the Presto came on sooner, and look, the dials are both on the same temp, 7 o'clock, right at 7 pretty much. Okay, and my All-American's already starting to steam. It's not a steady stream, but it's starting. The Presto has not. Okay, and I'm looking at the burners. Bear with you, I'm going to bring it down here. See the burner heats? They're both pretty much the same. So let's see how they both turn out. What I'm doing today is dry packing potatoes. So this is going to be a quick little video. Just basically I will put in the description box how you dry pack, but this is not a canning video. It's just more a comparison, comparing one type of canner versus the other, because both of these have the dial gauge. They both have that little spout for the steam. They both have a weight to them, and I'll bring you when I get to that phase where we put the weight on. But I actually only borrowed the canner to help my sister. She's learning how to can, so we were going to do a big project, and she lives in another town, so we already did hers last weekend, and I got to give this other one back to my friend tomorrow. So I go, you know what, I've got 20 pounds of tomatoes, and actually I've got 25 pounds of potatoes, not tomatoes, potatoes. So I go, you know what, let me go ahead and can them today so I can go ahead and use both canners just to see how the two compare side by side with each other. So this is the first phase where the canners are fully loaded. They each took 7 quarts. I put 3 inches, well actually my husband did this, he loads everything for me because these things are kind of heavy for me. 2.5 inches of water in this one, and my All-American takes 2 inches, which is the recommended. Make sure you always look at your manufacturer instructions on how much water to put in the canner. They each both have just one rack in the bottom, and the jars are on top. And I did an equal amount of regular metal button lids and tattlers, because I want to use my tattlers so I can save my regular button lids for something else, because I'm also going to be gifting her 4 quarts of these processed potatoes as a thank you for letting me borrow her canner. She doesn't know it's coming, but I want to say thank you, and I know a good way to do it is to give her some food. So we'll bring you back on the next phase, because it looks like my All-American has got a really pretty good slow steady steam. I need to set the timer for 10 minutes. And then once it sets 10 minutes, I put the weight on. And then when I come up to pressure, for me here in Houston, Texas, it's 10 pounds. Then that's on my All-American. On the Presto, I believe it's at 11. From what I read, it's 11, because they're not the same, because they're 2 different machines. So anyway, let me bring you back to that, because I got to go set my timer because my All-American's ready. Okay, I wanted to bring you back. It is 1:08 left before the All-American 10-minute timer, and then the Presto is starting to steam. Let me bring it a little bit closer so you can see that it's starting to steam. It's not a rapid steam yet, but it's steaming. The All-American is definitely, I'm moving this around, and I'm sorry to be wobbling. Let me get this straight. I'm holding it because I'm on a tripod. And you can actually see both of those. You see both of them are steaming. The Presto's not a rapid steam. The All-American is. But then we've only got a few seconds, and it's time to put the weight on the All-American when the timer goes off. Whew, sorry, I'm out of breath. I've been doing a lot of cleaning and moving things around to get ready for this big job. Okay, we'll bring you back when everything's done with the canners. And actually, no, we'll bring you back when both of them come up to pressure. so we'll know it's time to go ahead and set the processing time. I think my timer's up. Okay, so let's put the weight. Let me be very careful because this is very hot. Now mine's 10 pounds of pressure, so my weight's at 10. I always use tongs because I don't want to burn myself. And it'll start to jiggle. Let me put this to put that one over here. And this is the weight for the Presto. Okay. So we'll just wait for that to come up to a more steady stream. And then so this is the one time you do have to, bear with me, sorry I'm right in front of the camera. This is the one time that you definitely do need to watch your canner, because once it hits a steady stream, set your timer. And it's a pretty good steam on that Presto one. Okay. Oh yeah. I don't set my timer on my All-American or neither one of them until it comes up to pressure, and you'll start to hear it jiggle. Both of them, when they start to jiggle, it's a rapid jiggle. You want 4 beats per minute. So jiggle, 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 stop. Jiggle, 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 stop. Jiggle, jiggle, stop. Jiggle, jiggle, stop. Okay. So when that happens, that's when you set your timer for processing. And I got to read my notes to confirm. I think quarts or 40 minutes, but I got to double check. I will put it all in the description box, and I'm pretty sure I'll go ahead and do a pop-up also. Oh, I'm sorry, I just banged it. I'll bring you back when we get to that phase. Okay, we're back, and I forgot to record the All-American. When it's in the processing time, it's really pretty quiet, and that's what you want. Where, bear with me, I'm waiting for the, here it comes, it's going to jiggle. The All-American, because this is my second batch. Hear that? I'm bringing you closer to it. Okay, come on. Do you hear that? That jiggle? Okay, it's supposed to do that 4 times per minute, and that's the way it's supposed to process. And then you also look at your gauge. Let me get that. Sorry, I'm moving the camera here. Look at your gauge and make sure it stays at your pound of pressure the whole time. So adjust your heat until you know your sweet spot. And my sweet spot's around right about between closer to 5 and 6, which is about the middle heat, because my knob has actually 10 dials on it. So after a couple of canning sessions, you'll know what your sweet spot is. I mean, technically you can walk away with the All-American at this time, because there's nothing for you to do, because the weight determines the pressure. So once you know your sweet spot, you can just literally walk away. Now on the Presto, and again, this is my very first time using, so it's not really totally fair, the Presto, I literally had a chair sitting right here in front of the stove watching it, and I did have to adjust the heat several times. And you want to do it slowly, like $1 at a time or $2 at a time, up or down, and try not to go below your recommended pounds of pressure. If you do go below, turn off your timer right away, turn the heat on, raise the heat, come back to pressure. Once you come back to pressure where you're supposed to be, turn your timer back on and finish the processing time. Now, after a while, I've watched a bunch of videos, and everybody says that after a while, after a couple of sessions, you will get to know when this phase happens, so this way you won't have to basically babysit, which is exactly what I did. But again, like I said, this is my first time canning. So, as you can see, I'm going to try to there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of my jars that were in the Presto Canner. And there were 7 of my jars in my All-American. And I have 4 more, and I'm done for the night. Yay! But thank you so much for watching, and thank you. Don't forget to hit like, comment, and share. And don't forget to look at the description box, because I have some items that you may want to be interested in, and it doesn't cost you anything, just take a look and let me know. Just to help support my channel. Thank you so much. Have a great day. We'll talk to you and see you at the next video. Bear with me 1 second. I'm setting the tripod back up. Bear with me. Bye-bye. We'll see you at the next video. Take care now. Bye-bye. Don't forget to hit like, comment, and share. Take care.